Even the Abrahamic gatekeepers like Bart Ehrman promote the idea that Jesus definitely existed and you're a fringe conspiracy nut if you say he didn't. And what he existed, and all we know is that he was a Jew that was pro-Jewish and was killed by the evil Romans. That's the narrative they want you to believe. No, a Noahide compliant, definitely real historical Jesus.
I am firmly convinced that Jesus never talked about himself as God. We have the first three gods.
Never called himself God, so he's Noahide compliant as well. No idolatry, just a prophet and a claim to be a Messiah. No blasphemy there, Noahide compliant. No idolatry there, Noahide compliant.
I am firmly convinced that Jesus never talked about himself as God. We have the first three Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Most scholars today continue to think that Matthew and Luke had access to some other written source of information that they call Q. Matthew has some materials not found in Mark or Luke, so they say, well, that came from some other sources, and Luke has some material not found in Mark.
He does this. He makes up all these hypothetical sources that don't exist and don't need to exist. And then that's his great proof for historical Jesus, one of them.
And Luke, so that's other sources. Okay, so you have Matthew, Mark, and Luke, but you also have Q and M, Matthew's special sources, and L, Luke's special sources.
Or they're just all making stuff up. You don't know about any sources.
If you look
they
at
didn't claim they were getting
all of that material, Matthew, Mark, Luke, Q, M, and L, all of our earliest sources, where Jesus starts calling himself God is the Gospel of John, yes. Our last source. It seems to me completely implausible that 6 authors would describe the sayings of Jesus, knowing that he called himself God, and neglect to mention that part. Like, that bit just isn't important enough to bring up.
Okay, the earliest layers of the New Testament, Paul's letters, Peter, James, Jude, Hebrews, it's talking Jesus as a heavenly figure. Like the Son of Man, the Melchizedek, sitting at the right hand of God on the divine throne. The lesser Yahweh. Paul describes him as like the Logos and the image of God and the creator of the universe and God's wisdom. Okay? He's divine and heavenly in the earliest layers of the New Testament. He goes, he takes the Gospels as if they're real and says Jesus didn't claim to be God in the Gospels. It actually starts high Christology. They still call him the Son.
And so I think it's completely implausible.
Noahide, Jesus, killed by the rabbis. Okay. This is a good one by Genetics Matter. Everybody trying to silence me with all the different slander and attacks and stupid arguments like, division. Hey, nobody can expose this 2,000-year-old Jewish myth that's got everybody brainwashed. No, that's causing division. Trying to silence me. That's all they're trying to do is shut me up. Meanwhile, where does the division come from? Your own religion. From Jesus. Like in 2 Corinthians, it says, do not be yoked together with unbelievers. Sounds pretty divisive. What fellowship can light have with darkness? And the righteous with the wicked? What does righteousness and wickedness have in common? Sounds like it says you can't team up with people that don't believe in Jesus. Want to cry to me about division. You're not a real Christian if you're not Jesus first, like it says in Matthew. Jesus says, do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. And in Luke, it says, I have come to bring fire on the earth, and how I wish it were already kindled, but I have baptism to undergo. Do not think I came to bring peace on earth. No, I tell you, but division. Oh, I think we found the source of the division. From now on, there will be 5 in one family divided against each other. 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Divided, father against son, against father, mother against daughter, daughter against mother. Everybody divided. All the nations divided. All the denominations divided. And again, this isn't even a real thing. This is quoting scripture. Oh, and then Jesus said, I came to divide. It's literally just quoting scripture. Taking scripture and reading it out of context as if it's Jesus speaking through the prophets. That's why all the scripture put into Jesus' mouth. All the division, like this new meme from Christians posting Cole. The same playbook. The Jews are like, oh, you Christian, you Messianic Christian Jewish heretics. You corrupted the world. And then Catholicism and Protestantism, heretic. Martin Luther. And then Mormonism, heretic. Everybody calling each other heretics. And there's schisms. And they're infighting over differences in Hebrew scriptures. Division by design. We're pointing out the divisive, mythical Jewish force. We're pointing out the Jewish lie, the subversion, the religious theological weapon. And they go, stop being divisive. 99.99% of all the Christians completely kosher, completely Zionist, disavow all these e-crusaders online, but, we can't offend or be divisive. It's not even an argument. Where am I wrong? How about argue where I'm wrong? No, it's just Fed jacketing, lying and calling me Jewish, claiming that I'm trying to stoke infighting just for telling the truth. This is what they try to do. This is their MO time and time again. I tell the truth about their religion. I want to argue these things in good faith, and they respond with lies, dishonesty, low character. That's how it responds, and slander. Average internet Christian anti-Semite. I don't believe anything these Jews say except everything they wrote down in a book 2,000 years ago, and they are defenders of the Torah.